What is up, guys? So we're here to take a look at the first iterations of the cave systems. Now, to start off, I'm going to say a couple of things that's weird here. The caves seem to be really incomplete. I'm not sure what's going on with that exactly because it seems like they had them all knocked out. I think the main issue is that they're like 70 to 90% underwater, and you just can't see what's going on. So you guys will kind of see what I mean here in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and check it out. There's several iterations, and they're marked. You can go onto the pre-release preferences, betas, pre-release, and it'll download an update, and you can go ahead and get onto a pre-release server. And the caves are marked with numbers by the different types of caves, okay? They exist in all biomes. They change color depending on what kind of biome. So since we're in a desert, this one's got that reddish brown look to it. And there's usually multiple kind of ways of getting around them. We've got our kind of like glowy worm things going on, stalactites, stalagmites. And see, you've got multiple directions you can go. We've got like a well kind of thing going on here. If you fall in there, you're gone. tiny little marked out space. And there's a lot more of these in some of the other cave spaces. Actually, I haven't tried. Can you build over? Ooh, you can. Okay. So this is interesting. So even though it's only a 2x2 stamp, they don't prevent you from building over the edge. Don't know if this is intended or not. So yeah, it's an interesting play space that this is going to be allowing. I know they're still working on this pretty hard. But yeah, so, you know, this is kind of one of the medium-sized buildable areas. This is really interesting how far you can extend it out that way. But yeah, as you can see, this really just marked out the space you're allowed to build in. When it comes to deployables, I'm curious, actually. I haven't even tried this. Can we put like a large furnace in here? Probably only in the buildable area. So yeah, that is interesting. So, but we've got this. Here's another buildable area right next to it. Actually, let's see if the furnace can be placed in it. Like, could you make a little furnace house? No, you can't place furnaces here at all. So I don't know if that's intended for outside areas or not. But again, it's going to have to be in your buildable area, so you're going to have to either pick, I'm going to do a high external, or I'm not going to have a 3x3, so that is very interesting. You put a cupboard over here? You know, you can't. There's no way to put any kind of deployable. I don't think you can even put a box. That was kind of the nice thing about the old caves, is that you, in that buildable kind of area, you could kind of put anything down. So over here, there's nothing. Yeah, that is very interesting. So, also, there's supposed to kind of be those like elevator escapes they talked about. So I don't know if those are still being implemented or not. We'll have to see. But as you can see, this cave is one of the bigger ones. It has multiple building areas. So here we go with another buildable area. And they all kind of circle. So this one's actually really good if you want to have multiple bases in one area kind of thing. There's a little bit of a parkour challenge people are going to have to do to get down here. And as you can see, it's fairly close. So there's a buildable space there, here, here, and here. So you can kind of do something with this cave quite a bit. So the 3 is actually pretty nice. I think what happened is this one isn't completely underwater, as you can see. So that's why we could actually see these areas, where a lot of these caves we're going to be looking at, we're not going to be able to see the buildable area as we need to. So we'll cut back and head out to a 4. Alright, so we're here at a 4. And we're going to go ahead and head on in. And as you can see, we've got some cool little areas here. And again, most of this is underwater, so we're not going to be able to play around with it too much, which is a bummer. But Yeah, see, like, all of this is underwater. There's more cave down here, so I'm assuming these are going to be the buildable areas for it, but it's just not quite fixed yet. They're going to have to raise the world height quite a bit, because I don't think you can change the whole water thing whatsoever. So, but it looks like 4s still only have, let's see, 2 entrances, I think? 1 and 2. Yes, so we've got the 2 entrances here. So that's pretty neat. And I think there's a 5 nearby. Let's see. That's a entrances. We've got this one here, and we've got this one here, and I believe there is one more, but we'll figure that out as we're exploring around. So, kind of cruise through here, and this one goes straight to one of these weird drop downs and doesn't really do much anything else. But if we head over to this entrance, we can come down this way, go through. There's nothing off that way. Go here, and again we're stuck with the water, but as you can see, there's much more here. There's something up that way. So I mean, it's right now isn't the best time to show the caves, basically, is what we're going at. But it is our first look, and you know, we're just checking it out. But some of the bigger caves actually have some really cool features, so we'll be back and look at 6. Okay, so with our 6 here, which is ironically next to a number 5, which we were looking so hard for earlier. But we've got, again, this one has multiple entrances, much bigger areas, and as you can see, again, it's mostly underwater, but we've got an entrance there, we've got an entrance there, and we've got an entrance here. So it has 3 entrances, and as you can see, this cave spans a pretty large area, so we probably have some decent buildable spaces down here. Yep, so yeah, as we're in the tunnels and so forth, but it's just way under the water there. So that's a little bit unfortunate that we can't really check these out, but until they do something about the water and the height, so forth, we aren't going to be able to check it out too much. So again, you know, my previous statement, so far the buildable areas I have seen aren't very great. That could easily be because we can't see everything, so want to further reiterate on that. That's a 1, not a 7. So we're going to go ahead and cruise to the 7 right over here. 9 caves. I haven't seen a 10. I've flown around the whole map. The other thing as well, there's no caves in the snow. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's just the seed. I'm not entirely sure. So we've got our 7 here, I think. Double check. As a 7. Alright, down we go. Again. Okay. Well, you got this. This 7 includes a mineshaft entrance, which is really cool. So you've got this guy here. So we've got this. We've got our little mineshaft area here. Rolls around. This goes into different parts of the cave, as well as eventually up and out through this opening, which is really cool. And we've got more shafts that go down here and down there. There's another secret entrance out this way, and they are just, all the buildable areas are down in here somewhere. So that again is a bit of unfortunateness, but hey, or a bit of unfortune, I should say. Misfortune? There we go. I'm stumbling over words today. So we're going to go ahead and hit up the last 2 designs. We've got an 8 over here. And this 8 is completely underwater almost, I think. Yeah, so. Okay. Okay, it just wasn't loading. So this one goes straight down to the bucket thing. We've got like a mine shaft kind of area here. And then this is one of the biggest buildable areas I could find. Unfortunately, I can't really see the outline down here, but there's an outline. This is going to be the biggest build room, I think, that's available. So you can probably fit like a 5x5, I think, in here. So that's actually pretty cool. The entrance to this one is actually underwater. But it comes through the mine shaft up here. And there's no door on that one. I'm not sure if that's a purposeful thing. But you're going to be pulling a lot of attention because this is really noticeable. And it's got like the little military kind of silo attached to it. As you can see, the silo actually goes to some water. This is a working door that goes out to a further part of the cave that we can't even see that goes way deep in there. I think eventually circles around to this one, actually. And then you've got the whole silo here, which is really cool. So I actually like the fact they implemented a silo into it. As you can see, things are still a little bit wonky. But definitely really cool here. I love the fact that they're integrating not just natural caves, but there's also the dugout mine shafts, the silo going on, which is really cool. And lastly, we've got number 9 here. And we're going to go ahead and dive into this one. Again, this one is quite a bit underwater, unfortunately. But as you can see, again, it's very big. There's a buildable kind of like weird gap here at this tunnel. And you could build out of it, so hopefully they fix that. And then there's like another buildable gap, let's see, over here. So you can kind of use these as blockers, like raiders are going to have to get through that first before they can kind of get down to where the bases are, which is way under the water here again. We've got some more working doors, and again, water. So, this looks by far to be the biggest cave system. It's got multiple mine shafts, it's got mine shaft entrance, we can't even see the parkours. They're down there somewhere. So, again, early look, guys, but that basically covers it for the caves. Like I said, I haven't seen number 10, so it looks like we've got 9 different caves for us right now. For pre-release, the only other thing that we've got that is new and unique is we've got the miscellaneous. So, of course, bleach is here. We've got duct tape. They've added empty propane tanks. We've got gears. We now have glue. We also have road signs as a buildable material. Rope is still there. Sheet metal is new. Presents. We've got sticks now. Tarp and tech trash. So this is all the buildable stuff. The non-craftable stuff. Also, the LR is now craftable. I don't think we have any of the new recipes yet. No, this is still all the old stuff. So the recipes aren't quite done for the component system yet. But we'll crack back. I believe pre-release has a couple of the new items in it, so we're gonna go take a look at that, guys. Alright, guys, so to finish off, we've got the MP5 here, and it is pretty cool looking. Medium damage machine gun. You can put silencer, laser sight, of course. There's your hollow, and that's the hollow versus iron. Okay. It can have a scope, but the drop is a bit ridiculous, which you'll see. Of course, you can also put on flashlight, and the brake, and boost. So, as you can see, it's got quite the spread. True? Or is it are we on the wrong side? It does, it's just not very pronounced. Let's go ahead and So that's the uncontrolled recoil. It's not too bad to control. Biggest clip, but I mean 30 is pretty standard. I don't know if too many things will really go over that in Rust. So you can see there's quite a bit of a drop with it, so using the 4x scope is going to be pretty bad with it. And of course I haven't mentioned yet, but it does use 9mm, or well, pistol ammo as it's called in-game. So yeah, that pretty much covers it for now. We'll be back tomorrow with the full update after the dev blog with all the information. Because as of right now, no idea how this is craftable. The LR is going to be craftable with the component system, so maybe this will as well. We'll just have to see how it works. We'll be back with that in another video, guys. Thanks for watching. Click that like button. Don't forget to sub if you want to see more of these videos and keep up to date on Rust. And we will see you guys next time.